up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So this is our second video for the fast race. As you can see, we're going on an open comp and I'm not driving the Camaro. So quick recap of yesterday. Pretty much went out and spun tires all day, then went a 970 at the end of the day. Corvette blew the head gasket. So since we're in open comp and in fast, I told my dad to drive the Camaro in open comp and see how he likes it. He hasn't driven the thing since probably 2005 or so, so this will be pretty cool. So we're gonna go up to the staging lanes and I guess, well, I need a golf cart key. My dad's 2 for 2. Don't know what happened to this thing, but he says it was making a crazy noise near the front. We looked it over, didn't see anything, didn't hear anything. We haven't started it yet. Just gonna tow it back to the trailer and give it a good once over. The tech officials were all over him, which I don't understand, because I was told the car couldn't go faster than 10.0, which is ridiculous because we did the 850 cage. Worked on making this thing NHRA legal, and they didn't have any tech guys to cert the chassis and tech, even though we were told they would have. So all yesterday I had no problem running this thing. They limited me to a 10.0 in tech. Said don't go faster. What's up, man? Said don't go faster than 10.0, and this thing just went 1030 something at 140 mile an hour, and they were all over him for going 140 mile an hour. Pretty much told him he didn't have the cage, he didn't have anything, and we had everything except for a sticker that they were supposed to put on the car. But we're gonna get this thing back and go over it, see if we can't figure out what's going on. The class is pretty light, so hopefully we don't have 2 cars broke. And I don't even know if we can run it fast. They didn't, I asked him if we could still run it fast, and he didn't give me an answer. So I'm gonna send this thing out the back door and fast at hopefully about 143 mile an hour and see what they have to say about that, I guess. All right, guys, so we found the culprit, which this isn't a big deal, but this one is. This one's got, there's a ton of lash in this thing. I think something happened to this lifter when this rocker arm broke. We're not exactly sure. So we're gonna do a leak down and check it out. They ain't a problem there. What's that?
I don't think it's got a problem.
No, I don't think it's got a problem either. Other than having a
rocker lash cap. Or you're missing one lash cap, I should say.
We've never had these off.
Well, there's a lash cap.
Yep.
I'll put that over here. You're missing the lash cap on the exhaust.
It must have shot it off.
Unless he doesn't have them on it, I can't see good. Yeah, it does. It's got a lash cap on it. That's why you got so much clearance. It's lost the lash cap.
I don't want to tighten it down on there because... Has it been riding there? Can you see it?
No, it has not. It's got the spiral where the lash cap would be, just like that is. See how it's got the spiral?
We found why I had all the lash. It broke this rocker arm. Actually shoved this lash cap off of the valve. You can see where it was bouncing a little bit. So we might be all right. We might be able to fix this thing. All right, well, we thought we could fix it. Every time we fixed one thing, we found something that we thought was the culprit. So pretty much right now we've determined we got a lifter that's mushroomed and stuck in the lifter board because this push rod is stuck. I mean, it's not moving at all. So probably did something to the lifter, mushroomed it out. It got stuck in the lifter bore, broke this rocker arm. This adjuster and this rocker arm is stripped because this is out of adjustment. Thought we were gonna fix it, and every time we fixed something, I went to set the rocker arm back on and could clearly see how far out of adjustment it is. So we're just gonna put this whole girl back together and winch her into the trailer. So we only got 3 left, Ryan. Brought 5, yep. 2 down.
Well, let's not let your dad drive anything else. Maybe we shouldn't let him drive the toter home either.
Let my mom drive it home?
Yeah. Hey, Julie, we've came to an agreement, Jordan and I. You're driving the toter home.
What?
You're driving the toter home. He can't drive anything else.
I know. I just told him he can't drive any other cars because he's going to break it.
Alright.
I'm driver.
We're going to put this thing together and get her in the trailer.
Trying to get her to go a little faster. Corvette, the little red Corvette. Good amazing. 69 Corvette last
Yeah, she treated his ass.
985.
Alright, so that last clip you guys just saw was me filming, Ryan racing, and I definitely blew the filming part. This is watching Ryan bang second gear and get a little scratch in third gear, which was cool to watch because he wasn't shifting that hard because he didn't want to miss gears. And I thought he was going to pull off the win versus Donnie and his Corvette, but Donnie ended up edging him out. So anyways, right after that, they ran True Street, and in the middle of True Street, they kept telling everybody to start loading their stuff, taking their tents down, you know, making sure anything that could blow away was either put away or strapped down because a big storm was coming in. So we ran back to the trailer, actually loaded and strapped everything down so that if it was a bad storm and they called the race the next day, we'd be loaded up and ready to go. And the way that one of the trailers is that keeps the golf cart's got to go in first and on top and then load the cars in, which is kind of a pain. So we ended up doing all that so that we didn't have to get the cars back out to load up the golf cart. Anyways, Ryan ended up getting beat. I believe Ed won factory stock because he was #1 qualifier. I don't exactly know how they determined that because they weren't able to race to see who would actually win. And because the Camaro was broke and the Corvette was broke, my mom and Larry were the only 2 left in fast, and they actually raced each other that night, and Larry ended up winning, so I think they declared him winner because of that race. Anyways, we're back here in the garage. As you can see, Camaro's tore apart. We'll go over that here in a second. Corvette's actually tore apart too. This thing is ready for the engine to come out of it. This thing blew a head gasket. I mean, just this race here at NMCA up in Martin, Michigan, it was so hot that, I mean, it was real sticky. It's like 95 degrees. Track temperature was 140 degrees. That's why we're having so much trouble hooking the Camaro. You know, not to make excuses for the thing, but you know, the Corvette works on pretty much anything, and I'm not gonna lie, the Camaro does not. The Camaro is pretty needy. It needs a lot of stuff to be able to make a good pass. It's not like the Corvette that can just go down almost any track. Let me explain something a little bit on the Camaro that I didn't explain in the videos. First off, the NMCA guys were not very nice to us this weekend. They told us last year, the first fast race at NMCA, to bring the cars ready to be certed to 850. So that's why I did the roll bar. That's why we did all the window nets. That's why we ordered us pants, neck braces, gloves. We ordered everything that we needed. We put steel valve stems in the thing. The cage is ready to go. I mean, you guys watched me do the cage. It's got everything. This thing certed is ready to go. This car has had an 8-point cage in it. It's ready to cert. But we roll through tech and they limit me to 10.0, and I kind of complain about it, and he says it's because your cage isn't certed. Explain the whole deal, and they didn't have a cert guy there. So even though they told us they would cert the things, they couldn't because they didn't have a cert guy there. And then the pass that my dad actually broke the car on, a tech official came and complained about the camera of all things, the 360 camera hanging off the back. I mean, it's not even, it's moving a little bit, but it's not falling off, and I don't think they understand that. He's complaining about that, and then he's, oh, you went 140 mile an hour, you don't even have the cage to go 140. And my dad says, you know, I'll enter the clip in here. It's actually kind of funny. It made me feel good.
Problems I have is you just want 140, right? 135, it has to have a cage in the car, certified by cage. Right. So you're 5 miles an hour outside of that. I thought my AC was 990. It's either 990 or 135 miles an hour. I wasn't told that. Yeah. I was told to keep it under over 10 seconds left. Well, it's in the rule book. It's quite clearly written in the rule book. Then all the fast cars are. My black Corvette's going to get kicked out too. Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying I'm going to kick you out. I'm just telling you what needs to be done, and you guys either need to slow them down a few miles an hour.
Well, it's got steel valve stems. All I need is a cert the cage, and I try to get somebody.
Well, this cage won't cert anyway.
What's the problem with it?
Huh? Well, it's not a complete enough cage, I don't think. No, maybe it will.
You just can't see it till you lean down in there.
Yeah, it may.
So the cage won't cert?
No, I don't know that.
Okay, all right.
I didn't see the other bar out there.
Right. Well, we try to, in our class, we try to hide things when we do it.
So anyways, before we go to the next event, these are going to have everything they need and get certed before, because we're not going to play that anymore. I mean, that was just kind of dumb. We should have had them certed ourselves, but they did step forward and say they would have a cert guy there. And they even said, oh, we usually have cert guys here, but we don't at this event. So it's kind of stupid. But anyways, the Camaro. Something I will never do again is give up on this thing so easily. That is one thing that I don't do, is give up on things. I'm not good at throwing in the towel. I never have been. I've gone to, depths of changing engines in parking lots for drag week. We've JB welded cylinder heads on drag week. I don't love breaking things, but I love making a bad situation a good situation just by pure effort. So we broke this thing. It broke a rocker arm and ended up what we thought messing up a lifter. We thought it mushroomed a lifter, and it just got stuck in the bore because we couldn't stick the push rod down. And it was just, the push rod was stuck too high. We couldn't bolt the new rocker arm on because we had spare rockers, and we just kind of easily threw in the towel, even though we didn't think about this. We've had this problem before in the L88 Corvette, and we had this problem before in another car that we had. When they break the rocker arms, they actually shoot the lifter. It's got keyed lifters in it. Shoots the lifter out of the bore, spins the lifter a little bit, and all that needs to happen is the lifter be spun back in its keyway, and it's good to go. This thing, I got this thing covered up. I actually dropped this socket down the distributor hole of the intake before I pulled this thing apart, and luckily it didn't fall into the oil pan, so I've got this thing totally covered up. But anyways, right here you can see the lifter. This black part is the lifter. Here's the keyway. Here's the push rod. So this lifter will actually pull up here. So like right here is a lifter, and you can see the keyway in it right there. And what this does is it actually jumps out of the bore and spins, and then it can't get pushed down into the lifter bore like it's supposed to, because that keyway is not in the right spot. So that is exactly what happened to this thing. Literally a 20-minute fix. We could have got lucky and fixed it with a magnet maybe, but it would have been hard to get the magnet off of this lifter. But pull the intake off, and I mean, we had intake gaskets, we carry silicone, we carry everything to fix this car, and we just threw in the towel way too quickly. And I kind of feel bad because we had a ton of fans came out to see us. The car was broke, and we just kind of failed all you guys because we kind of threw in the towel a little too early, and we should have used our brains and actually thought about the problem before assuming that something else was the problem. So that'll never happen again. We will never break this thing and not dig into it more. Literally a 25 minute fix, and we could have been racing this thing again. And I was faster than Larry. I probably could have got the win, but it is what it is. So I definitely learned a lot from this last event. I actually learned that I need to tell you guys where I think we're going to be pitted before we actually get to the event. They kind of pit us in sections, because I had multiple people say they were looking for us on the other side of the racetrack, and that's literally probably 3/4 of a mile down and back looking for somebody. And I felt kind of bad to those people that said they were looking for us on the other side. We were on the side where the spectators actually park, so it actually wasn't a long walk to find us. I'm gonna start hanging Horsepower Depot banners and stuff, kind of make it easier for people to find us. But appreciate all you guys coming out and checking us out. Talked to a bunch of you, and actually it was pretty cool. Something that I mean, we've gained a lot of subscribers since our last fast race. To meet all you guys was really cool. So Camaro will be fixed very easily. Corvette will be fixed before the next race. So that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Got a lot of stuff coming for you guys. I want to fix the 66 coupe, the small block car, put some valve springs in it, and get it pretty much running good, and do another rematch of the small block versus the big block car. We still got the car we put the tunnel ram on that I need to get going and see if we improved on that. Plenty of stuff. We had some, everybody liked the match races between the two. We got a few cars that actually run that we could do. One being my 99 Camaro Hugger Orange SS, which is a, those of you guys that know those, is a pretty rare and desirable car, versus my dad's pride and joy, which is his 68 396 375 horse car that he's had for a very long time. Both low mile, under 20,000 mile cars, both totally 100% original. Like both have original paint. I mean, it's actually pretty cool. So it'll be a pretty cool race to do those two. Gonna keep trying to pump out some good content for you guys, and try to grow this YouTube channel. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, the good, from my hand full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say